Imagine a world long before dinosaurs, when Earth was unrecognizable. We're traveling back over 400 million years, to the Devonian period, a time of radical change. The continents were scattered, the air was different, and the oceans teemed with bizarre life. The Devonian is called the Age of Fishes, and for good reason. Fish exploded in size, diversity, and dominance. Some developed armor, others powerful jaws, and a few began evolving features that would one day let their descendants walk on land. This was a turning point for life, as vertebrates started their journey toward land. But the Devonian wasn't just about fish. On land, the first great forests appeared, transforming barren rock into lush green worlds. These forests changed the atmosphere, climate, and created new habitats for pioneering animals. Tiny creatures like the first insects and spiders explored these new environments. The Devonian was a time of pioneers, life pushing boundaries in water and on land. By studying fossils from this era, we uncover the roots of our own story. Let's dive into this incredible age and see how it shaped the world we know today. Welcome to the Devonian. The Devonian Earth looked nothing like today's globe. Two supercontinents dominated, Gondwana in the south, Laurussia in the north, separated by the vast Rhyic Ocean. Most of the planet was covered by water, shallow seas flooded the continents, creating perfect conditions for marine life. Warm, stable climates and high sea levels allowed enormous reef systems to flourish. These reefs, built by ancient sponges and corals, became bustling underwater cities. Within them, brachiopods, trilobites, and countless other creatures thrived. The stars, of course, were the fish, diverse and dominant. But change was coming. As forests spread on land, they pulled carbon dioxide from the air, cooling the planet. Glaciers may have started to form, and sea levels began to drop. This shift in climate set the stage for dramatic changes in life. The Devonian's vibrant world was about to face a major test. The continents and oceans were in flux, shaping the future of life. Let's see who ruled these ancient seas. The Devonian seas were ruled by fish, stranger and more spectacular than anything alive today. Placoderms, the armored fish, were the apex predators. Dunkleosteus, the largest, was a 6-meter killing machine with bone-crushing jaws. Titanichthys, even bigger, was a gentle filter feeder, straining plankton from the water. Jawless ostracoderms covered in bony armor scoured the seafloor. Early sharks like Cladocelax zipped through the water, while Stethocanthus sported a bizarre anvil-shaped fin. The real, evolutionary stars were the lobe-finned fish. Their fleshy, bone-supported fins were the blueprint for limbs. Hyneria, a giant lobefin, prowled freshwater rivers. From these lobe-finned fish, the first land-walking vertebrates would eventually emerge. The Devonian seas were a crucible of innovation, setting the stage for life's next big leap. But while fish ruled the water, a revolution was brewing on land. Let's explore the rise of the first forests. Scene transitions to land. Music swells. The Devonian was about to get greener. On land, a green revolution was underway. For the first time, plants developed strong stems, deep roots, and leaves, allowing them to grow tall and spread far from water. The world's first true trees, like Archaeopteris, formed dense forests up to 24 meters high. These forests stabilized soil, created shade, and transformed the landscape. They absorbed massive amounts of carbon dioxide, releasing oxygen and making the air more breathable. Forests created new ecosystems, with fallen leaves and wood-feeding decomposers and small animals. Early arthropods, ancestors of insects, spiders, and millipedes thrived in this new world. Primitive millipedes munched on decaying plants, while early spiders and scorpions hunted in the leaf litter. These forests were the cradle of terrestrial life, building the first complex food webs on land. The stage was set for an even greater evolutionary leap. Let's follow the journey from fins to feet. The Devonian's greatest story is the transition from water to land. Lobe-finned fish in shallow waters faced drying ponds and low oxygen, so evolving lungs and sturdy fins was a huge advantage. Eusthenopteron had the bones that would become our arms and legs. Tiktaalik, a famous transitional fossil, had both fish and land animal features. A flat head, neck, and wrist-like fins. It could prop itself up, maybe even venture onto land. Acanthostega, with true limbs and digits, was still mostly aquatic, but showed the first steps toward walking. These early tetrapods were the ancestors of all amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, including us. The journey from fin to foot opened up a new world for vertebrates. Every step we take today traces back to these Devonian pioneers. But fish and forests weren't the only wonders of this era. Let's meet some of the Devonians' other extraordinary life. The Devonian teemed with strange creatures beyond fish and trees. In the seas, giant arthropods like Jacalopterus, the sea scorpion, reigned, growing over 2 meters long. Crinoids, or sea lilies, formed underwater meadows, while brachiopods and ammonoids crowded the seafloor. On land, arthropods were the first pioneers. Early insects like Raniella hopped in the leaf litter, and millipedes fed on decaying plants. Primitive spiders and harvestmen hunted in the shadows, forming the first land-based food webs. These simple ecosystems laid the foundation for all future life on land. But the Devonians' vibrant world was about to face a crisis. Let's see how it all changed. Scene darkens. The Devonian ended in catastrophe. A series of mass extinctions wiped out up to 80% of species. The magnificent reefs collapsed, and armored fish like Dunkleosteus vanished forever. The causes, possibly the very forests that transformed the land, by pulling carbon dioxide from the air. They triggered global cooling and glaciation. Nutrients from land may have fueled algal blooms, creating ocean dead zones. Trilobites, brachiopods, and many ammonoids disappeared. Yet some survivors, small, adaptable tetrapods, endured the chaos. Their resilience paved the way for amphibians, reptiles, and eventually, mammals. With the old giants gone, sharks and ray-finned fish diversified, filling new roles. The late Devonian extinction closed the age of fishes, but opened the door to new evolutionary possibilities. Life, once again, found a way to adapt and thrive. The Devonians' legacy lives on in every forest, every fish, and every step we take. The story of life is one of change, survival, and endless new beginnings. Thank you for exploring the Devonian with us.